Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Very excited. This is a new acquisition. This is something I've been waiting on for a bit, and chances are many of you are actually receiving yours right now, or you received yours this week. We've been waiting for these for a while. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. So what is it? You'll see. I'll link the website down below, but just know that these were pre-orders. I'm spitting again, so we've barely gotten into the video. I'm already spitting. But these were pre-orders, and so we've been waiting for these for a bit, but you need to follow his Instagram so you can be ready for the inevitable next drop of whatever he decides to do. Do we have a completely unmarked box? Oh, there we go. The large VBR from who? Or the MK4 from Varga Knives. Varga Knives. Seriously, follow him on Instagram. I'll show you why here in just a moment. This is my second Varga. I was so impressed with the first one. I had to order one of the new ones. Oh, boy. Oh, this is going right in the pocket. Right in the pocket. Ah, so wonderful. This is the large VBR, the MK4. So, I gotta move stuff. I should have done this before I started the video. Sorry. The 80 count case is literally, like, the top of it is so large that it becomes a tabletop for all my stuff. So the larger VBR, which is what this is, if I can find my other VBR, there it is. I have a medium-sized one. This was my first one. I did not get my new one in damascene steel. My first one was in damascene steel. This is a great knife. Obviously, this one's a little more dressy, so I wanted to carry it, but it was so nice. I couldn't bring myself to actually carry and use it. But I thought, man, you know what? What a great opportunity. I'll get one that's a little bit larger with this new drop and use it as an EDC, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I've shown this before. I showed this back when he had a few samples that he loaned me. I didn't get to keep those. He loaned me some samples so that people could kind of see what they looked like, and I showed this in the last video. I didn't pick up the smaller one, but the medium-sized one here, you can see the handle is shorter, but the blade profile is actually a little bit taller. It's a little bit of a fatter knife. Same with the blade. The blade is shorter, but it's taller. This is just an elongated version. The reason I like this knife so much, now this, again, I want to point out that I think that this design is its own thing. Mark Varga, I think, if I'm getting his first name correct, man, that'll be really embarrassing if I mess that up. But yeah, I think he does his own thing. But I like this profile because it does remind me a bit of the XM18 in a good way. Not in a you copied kind of way, in a good way. In fact, as a gigantic Kinder fan, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think the overall profile of this is better. I really like that he added thumb studs to this version. That's really cool because this original version did not have it. This is contoured. These are, I mean, the contoured scales. That's something that the XM18 does not have. I think the XM18's clip is fine. I really like this clip, right? I like the flipper tab. Much more on this. This is a superior flipper tab to the XM18's flipper tab. So this is kind of in between the XM18 and the 24. Again, I'm not showing this as an example of like, look, you know, it's a copy. I'm just want to show you guys what we're looking at here. So we have a knife that's slightly larger than the XM18, but not quite as big as the XM24. The XM24 is truly hulking. It's also you know, it's a leaner knife with a thinner blade stock. XM18 standard thickness 165 thousandths. I wouldn't be surprised if this is about 150, maybe 145. It's also going to weigh less. Now my XM18 is it's full tie, but I know that the standard XM18s with G10 come in at like, what are they, 5 1/4 to 5.5 ounces. So this guy, wow, yeah, actually a very impressive 4.62 ounces considering the knife is fairly large, right? This is a, let's go ahead and measure it all the way. There we go. Sorry, just talking through my, scrambling to find my tape here. Yeah, 8.5 inches overall with a 3.75 inch blade and 3.25 inches of cutting edge, thanks to a very large and very well thought out. I have to give you credit for this. Big time credit, Mr. Varga. This is a very thoughtfully sized forward choil, considering you have a flipper tab here. Most of the time, most of the time, it's cut short. I can't talk. Like this, the only way that this works is if it's a non-flipper, because it's just not roomy enough. This is roomy enough for second knuckle, and you're still back behind that edge. I like that at the times I use this. Now, I love this design. I think it's great. I don't know that man, the ergonomics on this are so good. I'm so happy with this. Sincerely, this is going directly into my pocket. I wish the clip was just a touch shorter. I've always felt like the clips were a little bit long here, but the overall look of the clip is good. Carry depth is all right, still in medium territory. Everything else about this is awesome. The carbon fiber is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for just doing like a good, straightforward, premium carbon fiber, not that flat, shiny crap. Man, this is just spectacular carbon fiber. I know that the VBR is going to continue its legacy or whatever. It's going to continue to be a thing, right? I'm just gonna make a please. That would be really nice, right? It would be. I would say, Mr. Varga, consider doing a version of the VBR that's a non-flipper. You've done flipper, no thumb studs. Flipper and thumb studs. It would be really cool to do no flipper, just thumb studs, because you have this thumb stud in a great spot. It's out of the cutting path. I know that little hair there is driving you guys crazy. Sorry. It's out of the cutting path. This is in a great spot. I love it. Do a flipper delete. Leave everything the same. But do the long boy, the medium boy, and the small boy that way. Oh man, that would just be spectacular. And do it in Ultim. I'm kidding. Keep doing it exactly like this. Man, I love this. I'm a huge fan of this. Definitely follow Varga knives so that you can be ready for the next one. Another benefit, obviously, over the XM18, I didn't point this out, is your cutting geometry is way better. I mean, this is hollow ground. This compound grind, kept the same curvature so you can, sharpening over time is not going to make that edge look poo-poo town. It's going to be fine. We got a thicker grind out here. It's flat ground and then hollow ground here, making the slicing performance, despite the fact that this blade is not quite as tall as the standard one, makes the actual slicing performance much better. Oh man, I mean, just versus now this guy needs to be sharpened up, but you can immediately tell the thickness behind the edge there. Yeah, very good stuff. Okay, so I've already reviewed these. If you want to check out my full reviews of these, you can. What's the point if they're gone? Because they're not done making them. I am certain that they will continue, that Varga knives will continue to produce these through, boy, is it still Riyadh? The problem is that I believe that this is still Riyadh, but it could be Bestech. I'm sorry for not knowing that off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've looked at these. The problem is that Bestech is getting so good that in some cases it's indistinguishable. Boy, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The action and the detent is better on the new one than this one, which has thoroughly broken in. Alrighty. That's it, guys. That's it. Huge fan of this. Congrats to people who picked these up, who pre-ordered them. If you're interested in this or you didn't get in on this pre-order, follow Varga Knives. Pay attention when he updates, because I would imagine that he'll continue to do this this model. Anyways, please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.